Hi everyone!
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome back. Today we are continuing with the video that we mentioned the last time, and that is how to save your twin flame relationship with some tips that we have come to after experiencing being together for how many years, babe?
6 something.
Yeah.
Something like this.
Yes. I think it's even like going to the 7th year, almost.
I think so. We are just... we don't focus on it, but it's counting.
So it really took us some time. Even now, we are still working on some of these points. You know, it's not easy. So we are really giving you ready food, let's say.
It's years and years of experience, so we do not expect you to understand everything. You might only understand even just one thing, or maybe nothing at all, because you might...
I think they will understand everything. It's just where their focus will go.
It depends on the focus and their perception. Their perception will definitely be different than ours, but it doesn't matter. They will, if they experience, they will know what it means.
Yes. So we have 7 points here. There's much more, of course, but let's say these are some of the most important ones. And the first one is find where your differences are and where your meeting points are with your twin flame. That's very important because for sure you're gonna have huge differences with your twin flame. There will be also many things which are in common, like a common ground. For instance, we really enjoy speaking on certain topics with Andre. We enjoy traveling together, doing some things together. We even have some things that we dislike, both of us, to do. We push ourselves to do them, but they're not our favorites, let's say. But at the same time, we also have huge differences.
This is what twin flames means. It's
All right.
to be with your complete opposite. It's like this when you first start. It might be amazing, but then it quickly becomes scary, especially if you don't accept the differences. And this is what we spoke on the last video. So to work on the differences that we just spoke, and not to change them, but to work with them. Transform them from weaknesses to strengths. Because they will be weaknesses as long as we perceive them as so. Mm-hmm. But if we start to work with them and we see the highest potential, we actually start to see strengths. It's not weaknesses. So don't take this as just word to mouth like this, that we need to make something out of nothing. It's actually just there. It is strength. Mm-hmm. We just have to see it in that way.
It's like combining 2 different points of view. When you use different points of view, you're actually seeing the same thing from more sides, which gives you better knowledge about the certain thing. And that's how we should perceive the differences between twin flames. The one will see the advantage of this in one specific thing, but the other will see another advantage, for example. Or the one will see one weakness, the other will see another weakness. And if we combine these both...
it becomes a super being.
Exactly. And this is how we transform our weaknesses, so-called, to strengths.
By working together.
Exactly.
We probably have there further saying this about the working together.
So, the number 3 is to find time to do something together that you both enjoy every single day.
Yeah, it could be on all levels, body, mind, spirit, mm-hmm. But pick one that you both love it to the heart.
Exactly. Like I mentioned earlier, we both enjoy traveling. Of course, we cannot travel every day for sure, but we like, let's say we like to watch certain things, both of us. Some things I like to watch more, some things Andre likes to watch more, but we have specific shows or movies or, you know, that we both enjoy, and we try to spend, we don't spend too much on this, but let's say half an hour at least, and this gives us a different type of dopamine. That's all it matters. Exactly. dopamine that says we love each other, we care for each other. We also try to have our meals together as well, at least one meal.
This is the best part.
Yeah.
But for us, for you guys, I don't know. I think it's common sense. Generally, everyone's gonna like that.
It can be something else. Find your thing with your twin flame that you both enjoy. This will create a special space between both of you. It's almost like a small secret room that you both have, and it's like a getaway place.
Yes, it will be a place without tension. Because every time we think about the twin flame, we start to trigger stuff within us. But this special room will be free, will be without any issues.
By the way, in the past life regression, there's one thing that at the beginning is assigned, and this is exactly such a safe, it's called safe place for the person who is going to be involved in the past life regression. And this is exactly such a place. It's a place where if something happens during the past life regression, super emotional or very traumatic, you can take the patient to their safe place where they will immediately feel good, and they will come out from the strong emotion that they experienced. And that's what exactly we are talking about here. Find your own safe place with your twin flame. And it even works if you have a stress between each other to reach to that safe place where everything ends and only joy comes back.
Yeah. Stop blaming each other for
We're
anything.
on the fourth one.
I was reading that one.
We have our notes here this time.
Yeah, because it's a Bible. We have to make some yoga. Okay, now it's perfect.
Yes. There you go.
Number 4. Work on your ego. None of you is the center of attention.
You actually both are.
Yeah. So remember that once we have a dispute or some argument that you cannot fix between you and your twin flame, whether you are speaking through distance or you're personally together, you will believe with all your being that only you are correct, not your twin flame. And your twin flame will think exactly the same way, but the opposite. Only your twin flame is correct and not you. So remember that this is just a small phase, and both of you need to remember this and to just come back to yourselves, because as soon as you're coming back to yourselves, this will go away, this will melt, and you guys are going to understand that both of you are the center of attention, to stay together, to do things together. You are not more special than your twin flame. You both are special.
And you're not more right than your twin flame. I think that's actually a common trend for the whole society right now. Everybody believes they are right, and the other, opposite them speaking, that they are wrong. It's difficult to enter in the perception of the other person, but it is super essential and important to do it. Or even if you cannot understand the other person's view, just drop it. Try to psychologically tell to yourself that it's okay. It is okay to have different opinions. And we don't all need to accept each other's opinions. That's fine.
It's okay, just, it's okay to be wrong and let your twin flame be right. And vice versa. But
that's pretty much on the number 5, which is to stop blaming each other.
Exactly. We overlap, but it's perfect. It's like this.
Both sides have impact on the crashes. When there's like an argument, both sides are involved. The argument never comes just from the one. Maybe it's a misunderstanding. Most of the times, actually, it is because of a misunderstanding between both sides. In our case, for example, we have a language barrier, even though we both speak English, but none of us is a native speaker, and because of this, we know different expressions from different countries. Even if you take a person, native speaker from the UK and a native speaker from the US, they're gonna have very big differences. Even one word can mean totally different things in both countries.
Plus, our metabolisms are different, so I'm slightly faster, she's slightly slower, and this also impacts on the language.
It's the other way around.
Sometimes the other way around. Sometimes we jump. Sometimes I'm the one more chilled, and she's more active. And this also impacts on the language and also on the actions, our routines, and it can go everywhere. We always have to remember to meet in the middle through something that we both like. Again, we spoke about this already.
Get to a safe place.
Yes.
Number 6.
Work on healing your emotional trauma. Analyze your childhood and try to understand where your wounds are coming from.
Because understanding that your behavior comes from the way you were brought up makes a very big difference. It makes things more acceptable. Once you see that, hey, it's not me, it's how I was taught, it makes a big difference. This is where we actually join forces. Usually in such situations, we start to join forces and we stop blaming each other. It's almost like finding something else to blame. And this takes the focus entirely from blaming each other. The point is not really to blame something else, but more like to accept and to understand. We all come from different grounds, from different mentalities, different nationalities. It is a very common thing that twin flames will come from different nationalities. Because of this, very often there will be a lot of misconceptions between each other.
Yeah. Try to see and understand where you make the life. You're laughing with me. With me, yeah? Not at me. Try to see and understand where you make the life of your twin flame
difficult.
I didn't see this part. It's like it disappeared in my eyes.
Because that's true.
Yeah. In this way, you will better understand both ways.
There are certain things that each one of us does that makes it more difficult for the other twin. We don't even understand this. We are not even aware of it most of the times. But it is. Again, it comes because we are two opposites, two totally different perception of the same thing. Different nationalities, different backgrounds, everything.
I was gonna say having fun is probably the middle ground of all twin flames, and if you have fun, everything melts. There's nothing else like resisting. But the problem is with twin flames is that even this can be opposite. So you might be the one that has the most fun. It finds everything funny, and your twin flame can be a statue.
A super boring
so
person.
Even this is not the remedy, right?
We had also such a phase. I was like, because I like a lot of jokes and things. So I was constantly telling you jokes, and you were like, so that's it?
That's it? There's nothing else?
And you were not laughing
now
at
it's
all. And
different.
I was like, what's going on?
Now I'm even the one making a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, you also make, but we make together. We found our middle ground.
Yeah. So for sure there is something that you are doing, even though if you're thinking that you are the perfect one, let's say, and everything comes from your twin flame, there are for sure things that come from you as well. It's always both way, the communication.
Yeah.
It's not a one-way thing.
Always two ways. Together is the way.
Together is the way. Love you guys.
Love you too.
See you on the next video.
See you on the next.
Make sure to subscribe.
Subscribe and get our ebook.
If
Thank
you haven't.